Hey, everybody. Yeah, Karen stopped streaming about 15 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm just going to play some Blitz tonight. Next week, Saturday through Monday, Martin Luther King holiday. I'm going to be playing in Charlotte at the Charlotte Open. And looks likely that CL Smith is going to come with me, and he'll play also. My opponents will either be high rated or high, whichever is funnier. Thanks, Zumeri, for subscribing, supporting the stream. Oh, I stopped looking at my clock.
That was a hard-fought game that your opponent won with some strong endgame play.
He played 86.2 and I played 82.5. He's 2850 and I'm 2700. Yeah, that's about right. I had more time than him, but I guess I stopped paying attention. I do that at the end of the game. Thanks, Sven Beingold. It's Ben. That's correct. Oops. Well, that wasn't a good move. Yeah, he didn't take my rook. That's good. That's why we're so good. Good preparation for my tournament next week. I lose the first game. Second game, I hang a rook for nothing. I can tell I'm going to do well. I figure if CL Smith goes with me, somebody else will lose a game other than me.
job fighting on that game in a tough position. That type of effort will pay off in the long run.
He played 88.6 and I played 85.5. He played 2,900 and I played 2,800. Well, I've played 2,700 and 2,800 and I have 0. Tough break. Yeah, I didn't lose.
A nice even game. Let's take a look and review together.
I played 86.8. He played 88. I played 2800. He played 2850. So far, all of my opponents have played better than me.
finish off the game accurately converting your endgame advantage into a win.
I played 85.4 and he played 79.5. But somehow his rating's higher than mine. I'm 2,800 and he's 2,850. I mean, I won the game and he played a lower cap score than me, but his rating's still higher. Oh well. Thanks, Fenbeingold. 1,000 bits. Well, I almost lost on time there too. Yeah. Gotta start playing faster near the end.
Way to turn the game around by exploiting your opponent's positional error.
He played 70.6 and I played 75.4. He played 2350 and I played 2400. Yeah, that wasn't a good game. He played 76.5, and I played 86.2. He played 2400, and I played 2750. Thanks, trying to learn, for gifting a sub. My Chessable course is supposed to come out on Friday in 7 days. It's called Sicilian Surprise Neo Boleslavsky.
Some good positional play let you seize the advantage in the middle game.
Boy, if Kramnik was watching that game, I'm in trouble. I played 98.4. God damn. And he played 87.8. And I played 3,100. He played 2850. think he played 2850 strength. I made 2 great moves and 1 brilliant move. No inaccuracies, no mistakes, no misses, no blunders. Yeah, start the procedure. God damn. Yeah, it was only 25 moves. The first 10 moves were theory. I admitted I cheated. Yeah, it was snowing here last night and today. Got about 3 inches. So the schools had a day where you stay at home on the computer, whatever that's called. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Well, I lost my first 2 games, and then it was important that I started cheating so that I wouldn't lose rating points today. Yeah, I lost my first 2, then I drew my third, then I won my next 4, so. Not sure if it was 4. Let's see. Yeah, I lost my first 2, drew my third, and won my next 4. No, I'm back to 2750. Seems about right. Just taught a 6-year-old their first game of chess. I lost. Man, the truth hurts. Do you feel aroused when you are called master? No, when I'm called master, I correct whoever called me that to grandmaster. I feel insulted when I'm called a master. I'm not 14 years old. That's when I was a master. How's the bean soup? There's bean soup? I don't know. If there was bean soup, it would be good. In Scrabble, I once played Squirrel. I got a lot of points for that, like 147 or something. Friend of mine who used to play Scrabble a lot, tournaments and play for money in New York and stuff. He's playing a guy, and the guy put ATE, and my friend challenged it. And he said, ate, I don't think ate is in the dictionary, the Japanese word. And the guy said, ate, I just ate my lunch. And then my friend said, oh, okay, I guess you don't have to look that up then. I know 2 streamers who play Scrabble with their moms. Can I get the 4 seconds back it took me to read that sentence? Caffeine Jones, are you insinuating you can read? Is that like some kind of brag? I can give you a bean soup recipe. Yeah, I'm not good with recipes. I'm just good with eating. Making the food isn't my specialty. Eating it is. I have a lot of friend requests. I need some enemy requests. Let's see. You want to be friends. You want to be friends. Then I have a lot of nonsense. Club admins. Ugh. Verified title players. Ugh. Why do I get all these notifications? What did I do wrong in my life? Yeah, but can you mix the last two comments and give me a bean soup recipe from the 50s? You've never seen the blue bottle drink? I've been drinking them on stream for about a year. It's very suspicious. It's Saratoga water. It's just water. Just the bottle's blue. Alright, I guess time to play some more chess. It's getting boring around here. I live close to the Saratoga plant, and that wasn't even Sean Deeb. Sean Deeb also lives close to the Saratoga plant. Ben, could you watch Hikaru play? He's playing right now. I guess I could. I don't know why I would do that. Seems like makes more sense if he watches me play. Makes a lot more sense. I live close to Sean Deeb. Yeah, the real Sean Deeb is his Twitter, is his Twitch handle. He comes here sometimes. He's a Twitch subscriber. I only play the Robert Englund Gambit on Friday the 13th. Oh, I didn't see that. I thought he was going to resign. I didn't see Knight F8. Darn. Now I'm the one who has to resign. Ugh. That was the worst game ever played.
Good job breaking through in the end game with some strong maneuvers.
Thank you. I played 78.3 and he played 74.5. I played 2450, he played 2350. I guess that's my last game of rated because I just can't play chess anymore. I mean, I can't believe how bad I am. I used to be good at chess. I was one of the top 10 players in the U.S. I played in 9 U.S. championships. I tied for first in the U.S. Open, the World Open, the Chicago Open, the National Open. And now I don't see anything. All my moves are absurd. Damn, harsh. It's a good thing I'm playing in a slow tournament next week. Like a few years before Larson passed away, he played in a round robin in South America, and he got 0. He was like 72 years old or something. Which one? Bent Larson. Did you purposely not take that knight? I don't even know what position you're talking about. World Open this year? Definitely not. I used to beat IMs like they were beginners. Now IMs beat me like I'm a beginner. Man, the truth hurts. It's tough being 55 or whatever, however old I am. I have a friend in California who used to be liberal and now he's conservative. And he basically dislikes everybody except, like, politician-wise, except the worst of the worst. So, like, he doesn't like Biden. He doesn't like Trump. but he likes Elon Musk and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. What? How can you like those guys? Those guys are worse. And then he complains about Biden a lot because Biden seems like he's confused. Because he's confused. Yesterday, I was watching a live press conference with Biden, and he was reading out a phone number to call for emergency, for the fire, like if you need housing or money or something. I don't know what exactly the number was for, but it was, if you're in LA and the fire has affected you, call this number and they'll ignore you, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the number was 1-800-621, and then I don't know the last four numbers. I don't remember. So he's reading the number out from a piece of paper. He says, make sure you call this number if you need help. 1-800-2, and he says, sorry, no, not 2. 1-800-2, and then he's like, damn it. The second time he said 2, he was pretty mad. Then it was like, okay, try a third time. 1-800-621. He said it correctly. But the second time he said 2 was actually funny because he was so mad at himself for not being able to read. The first time he said 2, he's like, sorry, not 2. 1-800-2. Then when he said 2 again, it was funny. Because we don't see the number. It's on a paper he's reading. So I'm not sure what his mistake is. But when he said 2 the second time, I was like, well, it's probably still not 2. Yeah, 8675309. How he was mad at himself the second time was funny. I thought he was going to start swearing. Like, son of a mother piece of... But he didn't do that. Yeah, that's the problem, is Biden has a stutter. Biden's confused half the time. Half the time he's not. And a lot of times when Biden speaks, he sort of slurs words like he's intoxicated, but he can't speak quickly without like making errors. And he just glosses over it. Like he'll say a long sentence, and then he'll get to the word California, and he'll just say like 2/3 of the word. California. He'll miss a syllable or two. He just keeps reading. He doesn't care. Sometimes I gotta be like, go back and like, wait, what did he say? But what's funny is, if Trump serves out his term, which seems unlikely, but if he does, the last year Trump's in office, Trump will be older than Biden is now, and Trump will be the oldest person to have ever been president. I think Trump is the oldest person to be elected president. I think he's older than Biden was when Biden was elected. It's funny, in 1980, my dad thought Reagan wouldn't win the nomination for the Republicans because he was too old. And I think he was 70. Presidents weren't always 80. Now it seems like 80 is young for Congress. Now you know why they don't call it sexual Congress, because they're all 80. I'm not a big Pacman fan. Pacman reminds me of MSNBC. I agree with what Pacman says, but he just says the same thing every time. I mean, I know Republicans are the worst, and that Democrats aren't the worst. I know that. Like, I don't need to be told that. I know Trump is the worst person ever. I don't need to be told that every time he talks. I already know that. So when I watch MSNBC, which I don't, it's the same thing. Trump's the worst. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then the next sentence is Trump's the worst. And I'm like, all right, I heard this. I already knew it. There's no new information here. And Pacman's like, talks about his Judaism sometimes, which just makes him an idiot. So I don't know. I don't, you know. And he talks about flying first class and eating brisket. I mean, I agree with his political views, but I don't have to listen to somebody who just says what I would say. It doesn't seem like it's interesting. Like when Trump talks, it's funny because Trump says just nonsense all the time, but it's different nonsense. Anyway, I don't really care what Trump is talking about. What I care about is whether I can go to Greenland and Canada, and if I can, you know, vacation on the Gulf of America through the Panama Canal. That's all I care about. If I can do those things, then the economy can go to hell, poor people can go to hell, billionaires can make more money. That's all fine. You know, the Republican way of doing it. But I need to be able to go to Canada and have Canada as a state. I need to be able to go to Greenland without any kind of passport or anything. I just got to go to Greenland. I have to go. And if they don't change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, my life will be worthless, basically. So those are the things that are important. See, I'm like Pac-Man, but I'm funnier. Or at least I'm funny. Not too funny. Hey, somebody in the chat. I mean, I know I'm going to get both answers, so it doesn't matter because it's the chat. But my understanding, which may be wrong, I'm not saying that I'm right, is that Canada has more land than the U.S. That's my understanding. Also, it's very close. So if U.S. has more land, it's not like it's a lot more. But anyway, that would be funny if Canada acquiesces to being the 51st state, and that state is bigger than the rest of the U.S. Also, how's Alaska going to feel? Alaska's like, we're the biggest state, bitches, and then Canada's like 40 times bigger. Yeah, I thought Canada was larger than the U.S. by land. I thought it was like Russia, and then Canada, and then the U.S., and then maybe Australia was fourth. Forgot what's fourth. I used to know this stuff when I was in high school. I used to like look this stuff up, but yeah. But Trump does a lot of things in this ilk that when I was a child, when I was like 4 years old, 5 years old, I would wonder about these things. And then when I became older and an adult, I stopped thinking about things that small children think about. But Trump, that's just Trump's game, is thinking about stuff that would baffle a 4-year-old. So like, for example, the Gulf of Mexico is called the Gulf of Mexico, but who called it that? Why does everybody call it that? And Trump is testing that theory out. If Trump calls it the Gulf of America and nobody else does, if the U.S. calls it the Gulf of America and nobody else does, who decides what these things are called? It seems like they've been decided over the centuries, and Trump just wants to say, okay, Canada's a state, we own the Panama Canal. I mean, it's called Panama, and it's in Panama. Very suspicious. We own Greenland, we're going to buy it, or we use military force. I mean, these are things like when I was 5, I would wonder, like, what would happen if the U.S., like, took over, you know, the U.K.? And then when I was, like, 7, I was already too smart for these questions. But Trump is like, interesting. Indeed. If we take over Greenland, which is a very funny thing to say, by the way, it's just funny, thinking that the U.S. is going to take over Greenland. It's just, I just find it amusing. Would Greenland become a state, or they would be a territory like Puerto Rico or Guam? "13 stripes for the provinces." That's right. If Canada becomes a state, does Quebec still want to leave Canada and become their own state? I think Trump should make a deal with the Quebecois. He should say, Canada's a state, but you guys are a separate state. And then Quebec's like, all right, good. They might get on board with that. Somebody's texting me? Yeah. That is pretty good on Reddit, trying to learn. That does make a lot of sense. What if Trump doesn't know where Greenland is, which is very likely, and he attacks Iceland by accident? Then what happens? What if a NATO country attacks another NATO country? So, of all of Trump's crazy ideas, taking over Greenland, making Canada a state, taking over the Panama Canal, and calling the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, of those four things, which one is the most likely to happen? Man, those are four crazy ideas. A friend of mine told me that Biden signed an executive, like, this isn't a joke. I don't know if it's true, but it's not a joke. That Biden signed an executive order saying there's no more drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. And he thinks that's why Trump wants to name it the Gulf of America, so they can start drilling, because it wouldn't be the Gulf of Mexico anymore. Also, my friend's not kidding. Like, that sounds like I'm kidding, but we're not kidding. This is the world we live in with Trump. Gulf of America. Now, if Trump says the U.S. is going to call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, I don't know who decides that, and no other country in the world calls it that, is it still called the Gulf of America? If we're the only country calling it that? Also, that you bring up a good point, Bonarici. For about a year, for reasons I don't understand, Trump kept talking about Hannibal Lecter. I don't know why, but he did a lot. And in the last 5 months, he hasn't mentioned him once. So was that like a tactic to get elected? Talk about Hannibal Lecter, then people vote for him. Now that he's going to be in office, there's no reason to talk about him anymore. Oh, specific areas of specific states. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. By the way, P.W. Siegel, I believe that. I think that Trump confused political asylum and an insane asylum. And when he was talking about illegals coming over the border, that made him think of Hannibal Lecter, because Hannibal Lecter was in an insane asylum and they were seeking asylum. And even though that's preposterous, I still think it's true. I think in Trump's brain, that's not preposterous. I think that's why he did it. But you'd think like somebody would tell him that political asylum and an insane asylum were different things. But I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care. Is there any figure you hate more than Trump, Ben? I guess not. I mean, I hate Elon Musk probably more, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now I have a serious question. Then I'll get back to my usual. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has the worst voice in human history. How can anybody listen to him for more than 5 seconds? And how can anybody take what he says seriously the way he talks? Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't take him seriously because of the way he talks, but that's the world we live in. When somebody talks like that, nobody wants to hear that. Like, imagine Cheryl Hines married to him and that's how he talks all the time. Jesus Christ. Oh, MTG introduced a bill to rename the Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America yesterday. Yeah, there was that coach for LSU a few years ago who had a funny voice too. But I mean, Kennedy's voice is hard to listen to. I'm not making fun of his voice. I'm saying, how can someone with a voice like that, how can people listen to him? That's not the world that I live in. The world I live in, they want you to be an eloquent speaker. They want you to be engaging. They want you to be funny. They want you to be good looking. And he's none of that. He just has a weird voice. You hate Rogan more than Musk Trump? No. I don't hate Rogan more than them, but he's on their level. No, but yabba dabba do, it would be normal to care about what he says, which is insane, and not his voice. But that's not the world we live in. The world we live in, people care about how well you speak and what you say and how you say it. And he's just like impossible to listen to. So I'm just saying, like, how can he be an outlier like that, where he has a voice, you know, that you don't want to listen to, and people listen to him. James Altucher thinks Rogan's really smart. I think he's stupid, but I think a lot of things that he says are for ratings, so it's not clear what he believes. Just trying to keep the fame train going. Right, Bishop Stars. Like, the world I live in, if you look funny, or you act funny, or you have a funny voice, then people don't like that. That's the world I live in. But it seems like he got a pass. He can have a weird voice, which is off-putting to listen to, and people don't seem to talk about it. That's correct. By the way, a lot of people talk about they don't like Kamala's voice. They don't like the way she laughs. And they don't talk about RFK's voice. I mean, what? I mean, Kamala can't be too good of a person. She's a politician. But I think other than that, she's probably a good person. But I think once you get into politics, man, the truth hurts. We're now Obama and Trump are friends. I don't know. Well, obviously, everything RFK says is insane, but I'm not talking about that. People like when you say insane things. They like to agree with that. By the way, when I was in Iceland in April of 1990, it was really, 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 really cold. It was aptly named Iceland. It was ice. It was below zero every day. It was 30 below zero Fahrenheit. Probably Celsius too. Probably the same thing. I know 40 is. Anyway, I heard a story, which may or may not be true. It's definitely not true, that they're making a McDonald's movie and RFK is going to voice the character of the Hamburglar. So, a lot of people are talking about it. Even Trump might be talking about it. Ooh, let's play some unrated 1 minute. Let's do that. Challenge me unrated 1 minute. I'm one of the few people who doesn't hate Bob Dylan's voice. Also, that movie was really good. Yay, I won. I'm the best. Game abandon. And he takes all my pieces just like a woman, but he resigns like a little girl. Yeah, I saw that after I moved, but nothing I could do. God damn. And he takes all my pieces just like a woman. Yay, I didn't lose. A perfect game.
You had some good tactical moves that game, even though the game ended in a draw.
It says I played 82.8 and you played 80.5. But it does say you're higher rated than me. Not sure how it gets these numbers. I have a higher cap score, but... Well, I played 67 moves and had 13 seconds left, so I'm proud of myself. I didn't play knight takes f3 check. Darn. Hey, Lefeng Hua did something. He raided. Hope you had a good stream. Thanks, Lefeng.
Good job breaking through in the end game with some strong maneuvers.
He played 69.7 and I played 75. He played 1950. I played 2250. Did we give him a shout out? I think so. Always a pleasure to be rated. And to be rated. And to be berated.
Well done pouncing on that free piece.
Yay, I played 90 and I had 48 seconds left at the end. He played 73.5. I played 90.1. I played 1900 strength. That's pretty good.
job building a lead and not letting up.
That's pretty good in a 1 minute game. I played 2800. He played 2450. I played 87.1. He played 81.8. "64 moves and I had 15 seconds left. That's the goal."
Good job building a lead and not letting up.
Yay, Melt Hopper gave 5 subs. Thank you. Thanks for supporting the stream. He played 54.5 and I played 72.3. But I played fast.
Good job breaking through in the end game with some strong maneuvers.
I played 82.7 and he played 72.4. I played 82.4 and he played 76. I played 2700, he played 2500. Oh, we got a train going. Wow. Thanks, Mel Topper, for 5 subs. I don't see any other donations, but somehow we have a train. Oh, frankly ridiculous. Subscribe. Thank you. Well, I didn't see that. I only saw bishop takes c5. He played 71.2 and I played 81.6. You played 2350 and I played 2700. None of those numbers make any sense. Yeah, I have a Chessable course coming out with International Master Richard Palliser on Friday, January 17th. It's called Sicilian Surprise Neo Boleslavsky. So I'll show you the starting position of the course. This is the starting position of the course. And we look at knight f5, knight f3, knight e2, knight b3, knight b5, and bishop b5 check. And it's very long opening treatise. It's for stronger players. I would say 1700 plus. If you're under 1700, it's fine, but it's should be for players like 1700 to 2400. It's not a starting out. There's a lot of Grandmaster games we talk about, Nakamura and Bogdan Diak and Hari Krishna, and so forth. Anyway, that's coming out Friday in 1 week. Also Friday, CL Smith and I are driving up to Charlotte for the Charlotte Open. Should have about 400 players and about 8 or 9 grandmasters. Probably you can watch games live on chess.com. All you gotta do to play me is challenge me, but make sure it's 1 minute unrated.
You turned around a tough start to the game with some strong play.
You don't need to be a sub to play, just challenge me 1 minute unrated. I'm going to end the stream soon, but I can still play a couple more 1 minute games. I like the Kali Zucker Tort. I play it with white occasionally. One of my nicest wins was with white in the Kali Zucker Tort against Mac Molnar, played in Chicago about 15 years ago. Let's see if I can find the game. I like that game a lot. Boy, I have 5 games with Molnar that are listed, and none of them are the one I'm talking about. Darn. Well, I like that game. It's not on the internet either. Darn. Truth hurts. GM Benjamin Feingold. Nah, I'm just playing 1 minute unrated with anybody. Anybody can play. You just have to challenge me. Nobody's challenged me, but they're all asking to play. It's funny because something.
Even in the endgame, it's important to keep your eye out for tactics. Way to go.
I played 88.6. My opponent played 84.5. But I played 2550. They played 2700. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I played faster. I played 60 moves. I had 22 seconds left. Go, Ben.
You saw your chance for the win with the right tactic, and you took it.
I played 58.2 and they played 48.6. But I had more time.
victory.
I played 93.7. They played 77.9.
Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
They played 79.8 and I played 85.9. Gave 41 moves and I had 38 seconds left. Perfect.
You executed a great checkmate attack, capitalizing on your advantage to secure victory.
Yay, I took 6 seconds for 16 moves.
Some good positional play let you seize the advantage in the middle game. built a lead in the opening, then converted it with tactical flourish. Good job building a lead and not letting up. You grabbed a piece in the opening and never looked back.
I didn't grab a piece in the opening. That's not what happened. I was never ahead until I mated them. I played 95.4 that game, though.
Some good positional play let you seize the advantage in the middle game. Started off slow, but got a free piece in the opening.
Yeah, I played 2,700, it says. Well, we both played fast that game. 59 moves, and we both had 30 seconds left.
Good job building a lead and not letting up.
All right, that's enough games. Thanks for supporting the stream, everybody. Let's see. Let's raid Naroditsky. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Sub Saturday, 6:30 p.m.